Ladies, today we're going to talk about Vienna, Virginia. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So Vienna is just west of Tyson's Corner. It's got 123, which is called Maple Avenue, running right through the middle. The borders of Vienna kind of jump around a little bit through the neighborhood, but generally I-66 is the southernmost border. Nutley Street is the border on the west, and then it kind of cuts up through Northside Park and includes Westwood Country Club. Vienna has a metro station, and the population of Vienna is 16,000. Let's talk a little quick bit about some history in Vienna. Marcina, would you like to tell us about the history of Vienna?
Sure.
Okay.
So, settlers first came to Vienna in the mid-1700s and named it Ayr or Ayr, we don't know. Like, so confusing.
A-Y-R. We don't know how to say it.
A-Y-R. So, Ayr Hill.
Yep.
Ayr Hill.
Ayr Hill. Maybe it's R.
The 1850s town name changed to Vienna by another settler, renamed it after his hometown in New York.
Okay.
June 1861, one of the earliest battles...
June 1861, girls. Okay.
June 1861, one of the earliest battles of the Civil War happened here. Several markers in Vienna on the Civil War history.
All right.
Don't be mean.
You were Andrew Jackson, Leah. How'd that work out for you?
Ew.
All right, so for real estate Vienna, you've got a variety of price points. There are tons of single-family homes that are in the $700,000 to $1 million range. But if you want a bigger house and you want more land, you will get to the higher price points. So the houses that are around 700 are really going to be ramblers. Then when you get to the 8, 9, closer to $1 million, you'll see split levels and colonials, just houses that are maybe like a bigger floor plan, a bigger footprint of house. If you get from the 1 to like the 1.2, $1.3 million range, that's where you're really going to see a lot of options available. That's sort of like the sweet spot of Vienna. That's where you can really get something that's renovated, you're not going to have to do some work to, things like that. If you want to spend over $2 million, you can, but this is either going to end up being a new construction house or a much larger home. There are lots of ramblers here, like I said, those turn into teardowns. And teardowns then become McMansions, which means somebody builds a very big house on the lot that was there. In fact, I found a street for you where it was very funny because it went tear down, McMansion, tear down, McMansion, tear down, McMansion. I hate to call somebody's house a tear down, but essentially it just means that the next person that buys it will probably tear it down and build something bigger because that's the way that the neighborhood is kind of moving. There are condos in Vienna. They start in the mid to high 200,000s and they go to about 500,000. And then there are also townhouses, and the townhouses kind of pick up at that $500,000 price point, and they do go over $1 million depending on the area, condition, and size. All right, now food. So for grocery stores, we have Giant, Whole Foods, Fresh Market. Those are all off Maple Avenue. Harris Teeter is a little bit further south near 66. The restaurants, they've got Greek, Mexican, Italian, there's burgers. There's a little bit of everything on Maple Avenue to kind of satisfy everyone. I was there the other day. I got some crumble cookies and brought them home for the kids. They didn't eat them. Their dad and I pretty much had to give those a good home.
Yeah, that wasn't really nice.
You let them sit there for 3 days. They're going to go stale.
It was 2 days. It was a day. Are you stupid?
Well, you went to school. You left them unattended. What we're going to do?
Put them in our lunch.
All right, so this isn't the boring suburbs by any stretch. You do have a variety of ethnic foods here too. You've got Tyson's Corner, which is also just east, and they've got restaurant options there as well. It's really a lot of like upscale chains that you have there. Maggiano's, Founding Farmers, Fogo de Chao, Capitol Grill, stuff like that. Now let's talk about shopping and fun in Vienna.
Shopping?
So shopping and restaurants, there are restaurants and shopping all along Maple Avenue. Maple, again, is like the main street of Vienna. There's chain stores, there's like a Michael's Crafts, there's some smaller shops with quick conveniences. There is another shopping center at the corner of Cedar and Park called the Cedar Park Shopping Center. You can also go to Tyson's if you want for the malls and all the shopping that's there. Now, as far as parks and green space, the town of Vienna has 12 parks. Some of them include Nottoway Park, Cunningham Park, George C. Jonas Park. Actually, we know George C. Jonas's grandson, girls. Dad and I used to work with him. You Yeah, before you were born. He was a developer in Vienna many years ago, and so's the grandson, I guess. All right. So anyway, the George C. Jonas Park is where the Vienna Little League plays. There's Northside Park. There's fields at Waters and Caffey. There's also the Vienna Recreation Center, which is home to very robust program of recreational and educational programs that they offer. They've got festivals and concerts year round. They do Chillin' on Church, which is a monthly block party from June to September. There's 4th of July fireworks at Jonas Park. There's a Halloween parade, a holiday stroll, Oktoberfest. There's a Kids on the Green summer series of events, a farmer's market, Viva Vienna, which is a music and craft festival, and rides on Memorial Day weekend. Lots of stuff. Every time I read about Vienna or Nova and the Parks and Rec, I get really mad that I live in DC because the stuff they have is amazing, and it would be like it would just be a lot more fun for you guys. I don't know.
Let's move. Asking questions are slowing down the process.
All right. There's also the W and OD Trail, which is the Washington and Old Dominion Trail. It goes right through Vienna. That is a 45-mile trail that starts in Shirlington in Arlington, and it goes all the way to Purcellville. It's around mile marker 11 by the time it gets to Vienna, but pretty cool to know that you could walk 11 miles if you want and get to Shirlington. I was actually there today. Then there is the Vienna Aquatic Club, which is a private club. Membership is limited to 450 people. There's a wait list right now of 3 to 4 years. $7.75 to join and then $500 dues. The pool is only open in the summer months there. There's also Cardinal Hills Swim and Racket Club, which is located in Wolf Trap Steam Valley Park. They've got a 7 to 8 year wait list. There's 650 members cap at that club. Membership is $3,525 and dues are $850 annually, but you gotta wait 8 years to pay that. There's Hunter Mill Swim and Racket Club. They have a Vienna mailing address, but honestly, this is actually closer to Reston, still comes up in Vienna. $750 to join, $700 annual dues. Currently, they have a wait list. They didn't used to have one, but they don't also have anything on their website about timing. There's also Vienna Woods, which is honestly probably not even worth mentioning because they've got an 11-year wait list. They've got 750 memberships. A one-time fee there just to join is $1,700, and the annual dues are $695. Vienna Woods is located right by Cunningham Park. If you got the money, honey, you can join Westwood Country Club, which is a $75,000 initiation fee. Imagine spending a year and a half of college on an initiation fee to the Westwood Country Club. But people have it, and they do it. So Wolf Trap is a national park that is for the performing arts. There's lots of concerts that happen here during the season, which is May to September. There's all music types, dance, performances, and opera. Girls, do you want to talk about what there is for kids in Vienna, even though we don't live there?
Yeah, sure.
All right, good.
Okay.
So people move to Vienna for the same reasons that anyone would move to a sought-after suburb. The family activities are plentiful. The living isn't hectic, and the schools are very good. Marcina, do you know in Vienna how many of the households have children under 18?
40%.
Good job, girl. All right, elementary schools in Vienna. There's Cunningham Park, Louise Archer, Vienna, Marshall Road, and Wolf Trap. The middle schools are Thoreau Middle and Kilmer Middle. There's an option to do advanced academics at Jackson Middle in McLean. There's Madison High School, and everyone in Vienna pretty much goes to Madison. Madison's got AP. They have a global classroom with partnerships with Columbia and France. There's a residential governors programs for 10th and 11th graders who are interested in the virtual and performing arts. Their high school actually has a separate website called Warhawk Sports with information all about the sports that they've got at Madison, but it's pretty robust. Football, tennis, cross country, field hockey, dance, golf, basketball, baseball, crew, softball, lacrosse, track. There's tons of sports fields at this school, way more than we ever had at my high school, and I had a pretty big high school. All right, so the grade school scores, just to make a quick note about this, and I say this in most of the videos, but they pretty much track to a lot of the patterns that we see in other areas. The elementary schools are good. Here you're gonna see that they're like a 7 to 9. The middle schools are 5 to 6. The scores definitely drop in middle school. That's because middle school is the sucks. And then high school here is a 6. But a lot of this is also based on test scores, right? So teachers who know how to teach to the test can in effect, like really change what these scores are. As an example, currently, this one's in 5th grade, and they just finished a math module, and as I understand it, we are at the end of March, and the test that they have that really determines some of these great school scores is not until the first week of May. They are spending the next 6 weeks reviewing the math for this math test.
It's called Park.
It's called Park. Anyway, these are
really hard.
These are your great school scores. This is what they are. Okay, also for kids in Vienna, you've got the Lee Music Studio, which offers piano and trumpet lessons. And then a little final note about doggies. So Hope Vet, we go to Hope Vet. They're specialists. They also do general veterinary stuff, but they do have ophthalmology, cardiology, and oncology. So pretty much all of our dogs have gone there. Annie had an eye issue, saw them at Hope Vet. We have dogs in the rescue that I run, East Coast Corgi Rescue. They've come from 2 to 3 hours away to go to Hope Vet because they are so good at some of the stuff that they do, that they specialize in. Ziggy sees Hope Vet for his heart problems. Vienna also has a dog park at 700 Courthouse Road, which is part of Nottoway Park. So that's doggies in Vienna. That's everything for Vienna. If you have any questions about anything, my contact info is coming next. And girls, do the subscribe-y thing.
Okay, so make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed. And make sure to subscribe.
All right, bye.
Because we're awesome. Comment! Because we're cool.
Oh, and comment.
Because we're cool like that. Don't forget to comment.